Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Aim Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Guruve Namaha. Om Bhur Bhuvaswaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Om Krishnaya Vasudevaya Hare Paramatmane Pranata Klesha Nashaya Govindaye Namo Namaha. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mokshiya Mamritat. Om Shantihi Shantihi Shantihi. Hari Om Tat Sat. Welcome to Sunday's Yoga Vashish Bhagavad Gita. Sorry, not Yoga Vashish. We do Yoga Vashish on Fridays. Today is Bhagavad Gita day. So welcome to Bhagavad Gita Satsang to all of you who are listening or will listen in the future. Shakti, Bhakti, Mukti, energy, devotion and liberation. भगवान की कृपा आप सब पर बनी रहे. May God bless you all. Our humble prostrations to the all-pervading Brahman, to our worshipful Guruji, Swami Jyotirmayananda Maharaj, to all the sages and saints, all the scriptures, all the religions, and to the divinity in each and every one of you. हमारा दंडवत प्रणाम है उस ब्रह्मांडीय ईश्वरीय शक्ति को, हमारे परम पूज्य गुरुदेव स्वामी ज्योतिर्मयानंद जी महाराज को, सब साधु संतों को, ऋषियों मुनियों को, सब धर्मों को और सब तीर्थों को और आप सब में विद्यमान परमेश्वर को कोटि कोटि प्रणाम. Our humble prostrations. We are very blessed that we get this opportunity every week to have two satsangas, two full satsangas, and then mini satsangas every day through YouTube that we put together on. Currently we are studying Bhagavad Gita. तो बहुत भगवान की कृपा है जो इतना हम सब सत्संग में डूबे हैं. We are all very blessed to be enjoying the nectar, the bliss of satsanga in this Kali Yuga. In this Kali Yuga, material age, very few souls get to enjoy this spiritual bliss. Therefore, the biggest blessing you can give somebody is that may they get connected to spirituality. May they know what true bliss feels like from within. In this crazy world, we are running. To what? To where? To what? What is the end? And then true devotees of God who love Krishna, who love any form of God, they find that peace within where all the running stops. तो सब भागना दूर हो जाता है. ऐसी कृपा है उस ईश्वर की, उस प्रभु की कि Shanti, you get peace within, which is very rare. You can't buy peace. You can buy lots of material things, but that peace comes from within you only, आपके अंदर से ही. So today, yesterday we had one of our very close, it was like she was like a second mom to Swami Lalita Priyananda ji and to me also. She passed away yesterday. She was 87 years old. Her name is Gyan Parasram. Very peacefully she passed away at her home. And Swami Lalita Priyananda ji and I had gone and done Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam many times before her departure. So she is from Fiji, and her funeral arrangements will be made soon by the family. But today's Bhagavad Gita will be dedicated to her, because she was a beautiful soul, also a disciple of our Gurudev Swami Jyotirmayananda Maharaj. She went to Miami with us one time and she got initiated. So a beautiful soul, and blessed are the people who are spiritual, because ultimately when you pass away, not even your dust remains, that is also given away back to the waters and to the air elements, everything. So today we will pray at the end of the Gita. Whenever somebody passes away, which is nothing to grieve, it is to pray. We should be doing prayers. तो हमें पूजा करना है, साधना करना है, ध्यान करना है. That is the whole focus. And at the end of the prayer Gita, after Aarti, we do Gita Punyam Arpanam Karishye. We give the punya of to the departed soul. And punya means merit. Whenever we sit and we listen to Bhagavad Gita, meaning we are giving away everything else. You have left important things to be here, all of you. So when you are here and we are here collectively, God is very pleased with such devotees, because nobody finds time for God these days. They are running around everywhere they do. But those special devotees who sincerely want to change their lives and also who are connected to God, they accumulate a lot of merit. हम सबका बहुत पुण्य एकत्रित हो जाता है, तो वो पुण्य दान हम करते हैं पवित्र आत्मा, जो दिवंगत आत्मा है, जो आत्मा अब इस संसार में नहीं है, that soul that is no longer in this on this planet earth, we give this punya to that atma, to that soul. And then when we give that merit, you don't reduce your merit. Don't think you are giving away something so your hour will be 2 hours will be wasted, like you gave away all your merit. On the contrary, you increase your merit by giving away your merits. What kind of a math is that? That is a very simple math, that when you, God is infinity. No matter how much you take away and put into infinity, nothing is reduced. It stays, it multiplies. So you will be constantly full, blissful, plus you will be developing some good values. I always guide people that, because some of them may be afraid that their punya will reduce if they give it. Whereas that's not the case at all. It actually enhances. So with this we will do that. We say Gita Punyam Arpanam Karishye, Shri Krishna Arpanam Karishye. We give it all to Lord Krishna, and may the soul be enfolded in God's loving arms. Not too long ago, we had also done a prayer for Yogini ji's friend who had passed away, Elena. So anybody, just remember, we are all here on this planet Earth for a little while. And this is where, when we see people coming and going, there is no grief needed. Just be prepared for it. And you are preparing for it, because you are here all the time. Whenever we have satsang, today Meera ji could not be here. Even she texted me ahead of time that, Swamiji, sorry, I have a Christmas carol to sing. Christmas season is coming up, so obviously she is doing that as a seva, as another volunteer service to the community, which is a beautiful way to live. That is beautiful. But I feel very happy, all of you dedicated souls. When you can't make it, many of you let me know ahead of time. So that's a wonderful tradition all of you have. You don't miss the satsanga, which is the greatest wealth. Sabse bada dhan satsang ka dhan hai. This wealth of spirituality goes with you perpetually. You can't spend this wealth enough. The more you spend, the more you earn. Like this satsanga train we are on is full of bliss and joy. Whether somebody departs, it's still joyful, because that soul has now fulfilled its purpose on earth, and now it is departing to a better realm, especially when you were a spiritual person, when you lived your life in God. And Gyan Parasram ji was like that only. Beautiful soul. very vegetarian and very spiritual. And one time she told me she does 7 Triambakam mantras for our Guruji, just like we always pray for our Guruji's life. He's 92, you can see him behind you. I always like to get his blessings, that's why we see him perpetually there. So selflessly she was doing it. She says, I can't do much, I can't go visit him, I'm old now, but I sincerely pray. So if we all pray, he will be here with us, all of us, for a long time. And may each of you become a source of satsanga, and may each of you benefit. आप सबका मंगल हो, कल्याण हो। जो भी आप इस सत्संग से जुड़े हैं, ये कोई छोटा बात नहीं है। इट्स अ वेरी बिग ब्लेसिंग्स ऑफ गॉड दैट यू हैव कम एंड यू आर पार्ट ऑफ दिस सत्संगा। सो thank you to all of you regular souls and many others who come and join or who listen on Facebook, etc. But let us start this prayer. First of all, praying for the departed soul itself, Srimati Gyan Ram, and the whole family who is grieving. Although she died at home very peacefully in a very beautiful way without much pain, and she was in hospice for a while. So a beautiful way to go, because a lot of people struggle for a long time. She did not have to do that. And like I was just telling you, both of us went to her home many times to do Gita readings and also Bhagavatam. That Swami Lalita Priyananda ji knew her from Fiji since she was a child. So she is meditating right now, doing more prayers for her while we do this Gita, all of us here. So may God give you strength. All of you who are sick, may you find strength from this Bhagavad Gita, and may all your loved ones also be part of this satsanga. Even if they don't want to sit physically with you, you mentally invoke them. Even your kids, your family members, people who are not with you, they get the blessings that way. ऐसे उनको पुण्य प्राप्त हो जाता है। जो आपके साथ नहीं है उनका भी ध्यान कर लो तो वो आपका मंगल हो जाता है। Because in this day and age everybody is busy and some people don't, they are running here there, so you, that way you become the source of satsang for them. So may all find peace, सबको शांति प्राप्त हो, सबको सुख प्राप्त हो, सबका मंगल हो, कल्याण हो, सब शांति पाएं और सबकी गति उत्तम हो. May all be blessed. This human life is very transient. बहुत क्षण भंगुर मानव जीवन है. आज है कल नहीं है किसी को, और हम सबको ही जाना है. We are all here for transient little time. Nobody knows when we depart. So let us enjoy this nectar and always smile. Handle adversity and prosperity with equanimity. सुख में दुख में दोनों में सम रहना सीख लो, वरना परेशान होते रहोगे. Otherwise you will be the only one who will be in pain and complaining. So have a beautiful approach. God has a plan for you. That's why you are all here. आप सब यहाँ पर हो तो इसके पीछे गूढ़ कारण है. So with this prayer for humanity, Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramaya, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschit Dukkha Bhag Bhavet. May all be happy, may all be peaceful, may no one suffer, may all see the good in others. So when we pray for others, we are automatically included. I always remind all of us that. जब हम दूसरों के लिए प्रार्थना करते हैं तो हम खुद भी उसमें शामिल रहते ही हैं. तो ये भगवान की असीम कृपा है हम सब पे, ऐसे ही बनी रहे. मे द ब्लेसिंग्स कंटिन्यू. मे देयर बी no pain, less pain, whatever, less hunger. May people find food, employment, and may these wars calm down. जहाँ जहाँ कष्ट है वो कष्ट कम हो. So with that prayer, let us read our Guruji's message for today before we do our Kirtan and then Bhagavad Gita. Swamiji's message for today, Swamiji says, Blessed self adorations, Divyatman Ashirvad. There is an immense power in the divine name. जो भगवान का नाम है उसके अंदर एक अद्भुत शक्ति है, अद्भुत शक्ति है. Repeat the name of God. What is that? Japa, your mantra. Repeat the mantra with feeling and devotion. Feeling and devotion, not mechanically. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, and you're talking in between. That's not mantra japa. When you do less, but do it with quality. Shut off your cell phones, shut off your other things when you do your ritual properly in the morning. First thing when you are meditating in your room and you take out your japa mala, then do it with feeling and devotion. Why feelings? Because feeling is Bhuva Loka. Have you heard of three lokas? Bhu Bhuva Swaha. Bhur Bhuva Swaha. Like that mantra. Om Bhur Bhuva Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam we say. So Bhu is physical world. Bhuva is your world of senses and mind and emotions. And then comes your Swaha, the third world, where you bring your intellect also in the picture. So when we do it with devotion and feeling, we get promoted to Bhuva Loka. Bhuva Swaha. So those lokas. Uh, and with devotion, you get a feeling inside that expands, gives you expansion. So charge your mind with the inspiring awareness of the divine presence. तो अपने मन को राम नाम से, जो भी आपका जप का मंत्र है उससे जप लीजिए. ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम श्री कृष्णाय नमः. कोई भी भगवान का नाम जो भी हो, वो कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता है कि कौन सा नाम है. सब भगवान एक ही अंत, एक ही गोल में लेके जाते हैं हमको. तो इंस्पायरिंग अवेयरनेस ऑफ द डिवाइन प्रेजेंस. तो हर जगह भगवान को देखिए. सी गॉड इन एवरी नेम, एवरी फॉर्म, एवरीवेयर. And become a source of satsanga, good association for others. This is beautiful, that you become a source of satsanga, which means just like we are all currently a source of satsanga. We are doing satsanga together. We are far away. All of you are far away. We have never met, yet we are connected so profoundly through this satsanga, isn't it? So that satsanga, association of the truth, good association, in that it is more powerful than even so many physical relations, this, that, because that doesn't give you inner peace. But with satsanga, you evolve and your bonds become stronger than your family members and so on, if you are doing it properly, because that's a given with satsang. So good association for others. Now, not only listening to this satsanga in the Bhagavad Gita and Yoga Vashisht and other satsangs that we do, where that is great, but also your little mini satsangas you're doing with others, or reading a book, or sharing something that you have a talent, a skill, a knowledge, you share it with somebody, and when you share it, that is satsanga. You are improving that person's quality of life. तो जैसे भी आपको सुख मिले, वो सब सत्संग हो जाता है. You see, so satsang doesn't have to be a big elaborate thing. It can be very small, just looking into your child's eyes and reading him a spiritual story is satsanga. You reading Bhagavad Gita or a scripture that you like, or listening to it while you are riding your bicycle or walking, is satsanga. What is kusanga? When you start getting into bad company, or you start looking at worldly thoughts, that's rajasic tamasic behavior. So if we want to evolve, agar humko apna kalyan karna hai, you become a source of satsanga in your family. If you are a mother, you can create rules. You can say first prayer, then food. When they are young, kids will listen. When they grow up, then they will not listen to you. but now is the time. So if for those of you who have young kids, so you become a source of satsanga. When somebody is sad, you bring them to satsang. That is the biggest punya you can collect from God. Why? Because you have changed the direction of a person. Otherwise he was lost here, there, running nowhere. So if you did your job, now next, if he continues to come, that's his own grace, his own effort, God's plan. If not, you get the credit, you move on, you did your good thing. So continue. What is good is always good. जो अच्छा है हमेशा के लिए अच्छा रहता है, उसमें कुछ बुराई नहीं है. Do not share your negative thoughts, your doubts and weaknesses, but rather try to confirm your spiritual faith and learn to share the positive within you. So Swamiji is saying, don't be complaining all the time. People get tired, and also you get tired. You start going into a negative cycle. आप एक कुचक्र में फंस जाते हो और फिर वहां से बाहर निकलना आसान नहीं रहता है. So therefore, art of positive thinking, art of positive feeling. Those of you who know my YouTube channel, we have all these. We have over almost 1300 videos now. So many playlists, so many books. Every book of Swamiji, and I'll continue to do it for many years if I keep good health. And every one of them is a mystic gem. It can change your life forever. But we have to put in the effort, we have to listen to it, to take the time, so on. So when you learn to share the positive within you, then all good things happen. तो आपके अंदर जो मंगल है, कल्याण है, वो हो, और अपना मेहनत करो, अच्छा करो, और बुराई नहीं करो और बुराई नहीं सहो. So don't complain or don't be negative. Lot of people become negative. They don't want to improve. If you don't want to improve, how can anybody? Even if God comes down, you will not listen to him. You'll still complain. So this is the problem we have. A good attitude, a happy, healthy lifestyle, managing your priorities, all this is part of spiritual life only. Don't think spirituality is only chanting God's name and only reading scriptures. No, it's wiping somebody's tears, listening to somebody, guiding somebody, and getting active. Karma yoga, that is physical. You physically get involved. Volunteer work, that is all karma yoga. So you can change other people's lives in many ways. So if you share weaknesses, you will become weaker and weaker. See, that's we get into a downward spiral. If you start complaining, oh my back hurts, everybody, I mean, we know it hurts, but try to find a solution. And every third person, if we talk to them like that, that is not going to solve your problem. Like Swamiji says, tapantam na nindet tadvartam, suryam na nindet tadvartam, meaning like we should learn the art of not complaining in general. Because this is not saying you did it or he did it or she did it or I did it. We all forget it. We are human beings. But what Swamiji is saying is, have you seen people whenever it's raining heavily, how many people really appreciate that rain, or who are really happy and say, oh my God, this is great. All the greenery, all the cleanliness, the viruses will settle down. Nobody looks at the positive. Everybody complains, oh my God, it's raining cats and dogs. Oh, I had to do this, I can't do it now. Same thing with sun. When it's too sunny, we complain, oh my God, I'm sweating, I'm doing this. So this is what Swamiji is saying. Don't share things that are not going to. Can you solve the problem? Will you stop the rain by your complaining, or the heat? Right? So how you react to it is up to you. How you react to a problem is up to you. The problem will not change just because you don't like something. It is there. So how you see the glass half full or half empty? Up to you. So if you share your strength, you will gain increasing strength. This is the cosmic law also. Strength, when you share strength, you go stronger. More strength comes in. But if we are always now, You should not apply these things to your guru. If you have weaknesses, it's okay to share it with your guru. With your guru, like you share it with your doctor. Otherwise, don't go to the doctor, you have a problem. No, you go to the doctor, you go to the guru. So, because that is who can guide you properly. But don't be pessimistic, don't be negative. Those are traits you will have to build yourself. Otherwise, the best of the gurus, even God, will not be able to help. How can they help? God helps those who help themselves, like we say. So, भगवान की शक्ति से आगे बढ़ो, मेहनत करो और नकारात्मक सोच को पीछे हटा दो, सकारात्मक सोच में जीवन ले आओ और हमेशा पॉजिटिव थिंकिंग रखो. See, through your mind, turn your mind to God, और हमेशा ईश्वर स्मरण करो. Why turn your mind to God? Because for this reason, just like Gyanji passed away yesterday, we will pass away one day today also. Why do we think only others will pass? We are not permanent either, right? So for that reason, we gain strength and we pray to God and we turn our mind to God and radiate the aroma of peace and harmony around you. We are bliss personified, happiness personified. That is our essential nature. Bhagwan batate hain amritasya putraha, we are the children of nectar. We are not supposed to cry and weep and complain and this and that and always talk about wars and negative. Pray to God. Yes, God, what is outside my control? I didn't create this world. So this is your problem, oh God. We pray to you, make it better. That's it. You're done. After that, don't keep getting involved and looking at TV and crying. That's not helping anybody. What's helping you is to do something, pray, read your scriptures, save your own soul. Even if you could do that, that's a big service to humanity. You become a source of inspiration for others. तो आप दूसरों के लिए एक अच्छा जो है मिसाल बनते हैं, उदाहरण बनते हैं. People look at your life and they feel good. How did you do it? What did you do? If you learn something and you don't share, then it's fine, it's up to you. But then Goddess Saraswati takes away those talents, because she says, I gave you a talent, you don't want to use it, that's up to you. So this is why our guru has always said, go do jnana yagya. Even in a family of 2 3, you can do a satsang inside your own family if you don't have anybody else coming or listening. It's not about quantity, it's about क्वालिटी. आप लोग 2 लोग भी मिलके भगवान से जुड़ जाओ तो सत्संग हो जाता है, isn't it? Satsanga. So therefore, that is very important, especially when you have kids, to raise that, build that environment. So you ask them how they did, and then they read something, you do a little bit of arti. That ritual sticks with them. Later on, they'll make money. Money is everywhere. What is money? What are these things that we run after? Don't get confused with all that. People will get all that, but they will not get this. What we are guiding, what we are sharing, what we are showing. When they grow up, they will miss this more, because then all the material things don't give you comfort. They give you, sorry, they don't give you peace. They'll give you comfort, all right. Comfortable couches, nice TVs, big houses, nice cars. But that peace, that has to come from within. And also, it will not make you any younger, those things. Yeah, appearance, maybe you may be able to control age a little bit by botox and this talks and that talks, but eventually we'll all get old and one day we depart, isn't it? So that is the key message Swamiji is trying to explain. See how many things he puts in a small satsanga, which itself can become a full satsanga if we wanted to, because it is so profound. So with that thought, with that prayer, um, try to be a source of satsanga for everybody. And just by being here, we are sustaining this satsanga. So thank you to all of you for that. And may you all continue to experience this bliss and also become a source for others of this bliss. Because this is not just our property. We cannot claim only I should get it. the more people who come in the fold, the more people who enjoy this, their happiness grows, you get happier, everybody feels the benefit, सबका आनंद होता है, कल्याण होता है, मंगल होता है, ये सोचना पड़ता है। तो फिर जब हम इस तरीके से भगवान से जुड़ते हैं तो उसका आनंद ही और है, that is a different feeling. So with this, let us do our kirtan and we will then go into Bhagavad Gita. Hari Om. जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश पाहि मां, श्री गणेश श्री गणेश रक्ष मां, शरवण भव शरवण भव पाहि मां, कार्तिकेया 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 रक्ष मां, जय सरस्वती जय सरस्वती पाहि मां, श्री सरस्वती रक्ष मां, जय गुरु शिव गुरु हरि गुरु राम, जगत गुरु परम गुरु सद्गुरु श्याम, ओम आदि गुरु अद्वैत गुरु आनंद गुरु ओम, चिद गुरु चिद घन गुरु चिन्मय गुरु ओम, जगत गुरु ओम गुरु सच्चिदानंदा, शंकराचार्य शिवानंदा ज्योतिर्मयानंदा, ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय, शिव 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 शिवाय नमः, ओम हर 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 नमः शिवाय, ओम नमो नारायणाय ओम नमो नारायणाय ओम नमो नारायणाय ओम नमो नारायणाय, ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय, ओम नमो भगवते रामचंद्राय, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, आंजनेया 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 पाहि मां, हनुमन्ता 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 रक्ष मां, ओम शक्ति ओम शक्ति पाहि मां, ब्रह्मा शक्ति विष्णु शक्ति शिव शक्ति रक्ष मां, आदि शक्ति महाशक्ति पराशक्ति पाहि मां, इच्छा शक्ति क्रिया शक्ति ज्ञान शक्ति रक्ष मां, गंगा रानी पाहि मां, भागीरथी रक्ष मां, हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि ओम, ओम शांति ओम ओम, ओम शांति ओम ओम शांति ओम ओम, ओम शांति ओम ओम, ओम शांति ओम, ओम शांति ओम शांति ओम। So today we are starting a new chapter, chapter number 10, Shri Paramatmane Namaha, glory to Lord Krishna, Ath Dashamo Adhyayaha. Here we start with 10th chapter. May all be auspicious. Ath means auspicious. And today's chapter is known as Vibhuti Yoga. Vibhuti Yoga. Do you know the meaning of Vibhuti? Sacred ash. Sacred ash. In many temples they just give you a little bit of ash that we put on our agya chakra, and then also on our, we taste a little bit, put some on our throat. So that is Vibhuti really means glory, glorification of God. That's why it's sacred. So, chapter 9 we had finished last Sunday in the temple, Stockton temple, where we were discussing God Krishna had done Raj Vidya, Raj Guhya Yoga, explained all the mysteries of the yogic principles, what to do, how to do, who are my devotees, all that stuff Lord Krishna had explained. So here, like a compassionate mother, Lord Krishna continues to guide Arjuna. Arjuna meaning you and me. We are Arjuna, not a historical event. Arjuna became the medium, but all this knowledge is for all of us. So Vibhuti Yoga, Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. God says, भूय एव महाबाहो शृणु मे परमं वचः यतेऽहं प्रीयमाणाय वक्ष्यामि हितकाम्यया। श्री भगवान ने कहा, पुनरपि हे महाबाहो अर्जुन, मेरे परम रहस्य मन वचन को सुनो, जो मैं तुझ प्रिय के कल्याण की कामना से कहूंगा। So, Shloka 1, Lord Krishna said, O mighty armed Arjuna, listen again to my supreme instructions, which I shall declare to you for your benefit, since you are delighting in my words. Since Arjuna was finding benefit, Lord Krishna, like a compassionate mother, kept on giving. And nature arranges all this for us. When you are expecting a baby, and when the baby arrives, who puts the milk in your breast? Where does it come from? It wasn't there before. And after the kid is getting nourished, it stops again. But for that particular time, what happens? So God is catering to the smallest of the needs of their devotees and for the humanity. So we will read quickly the summary of the divine glories, the yoga of divine glories, and then we will get deeper into this shloka and the next shlokas. The divine glories are described so that the mind of the devotee may turn to God at all times and through all things. Meaning, God is not only in prayer rooms, He is not only in temples, He resides in your heartbeat, in your heart, in the things you do, in the world, in the blade of grass, in your home, in your car, everywhere God is, and in everything also. So, to begin with, a devotee sees the glories of God in the majestic things of nature. So, this is why God is giving just his highlights, summaries, because where all can he explain? Everything is his creation. So, initially, we like to see big things like the sun, the ocean, the Himalayas, etc. But later, then, the devotee beholds his glories even in the smallest and most insignificant objects of the world. Imagine the intelligence a little ant has. Think about it. A little ant that is insignificant to you is full of intelligence. She will reject a piece of grain of salt. She will accept a grain of sugar. And not as soon as she knows there is sugar, she brings everybody, the whole family, the whole village comes. And then they store it, they feed, they live, they reproduce, isn't it? So look at that intelligence in everything. This is where Swamiji is trying to remind us that God resides in every form. When you are playing soccer in a playground with real grass on it, every grass thread has God in it. You also create it in your own dream. Everything you create in your dream is your creation at night. On a grass field, every single grass particle is separate. You did that. So God is doing it at a macro level, you are doing it at the micro level. Does that make sense? Everything that you have, that the cosmos has, you also have. You meaning God gave it to you. Don't get proud. Don't think you have it, so therefore you are very mighty. You get it through him. You breathe through him. You smell through him. So all this ego, I am this, I am that, I'm a president, I'm a CEO, I've done this, I've done that, all that is coming due to the ego being deluded, taking a form that it thinks it is something. Then the littlest of problem comes and we don't know what to do. When a life threatening emergency comes or something comes, we get fully shook up. So this is why God says, understand, Swamiji says, appreciate the glory, live in gratitude, not in fear. Don't live in fear. Be brave, but live in gratitude. He gave you life, he'll take it away, and you've already done that millions and billions of times. That's the best part. You have done it again and again and again, and you will continue to do it. ये जो जीवन मरण का चक्र है, ये छोटा नहीं है, इसको तुम मजाक नहीं समझो. ये चलता आया है, चलता रहेगा, जब तक आप इस चक्र को काट नहीं दोगे. Till you cut this cycle of birth and death through your effort. Uddharet atmatmanatmanam naatmanam avasadayet. Lord Krishna says, pick up, get up, don't be lazy, get up, pick up your lower self by your higher self. You see, these things take effort and time. For little things you put in so much effort, and here you are trying to get God for cheap, without putting in any effort. And God says that doesn't work like that. So अपने कहे हुए वचनों को पुनरावृत्ति कहूंगा. But God is a compassionate mother. Like any mother wants to give their child the best. When the child succeeds, the mother is so joyful, isn't it? Very happy. And when the child becomes more successful, more glory to the mother. She's so happy. That is what God is saying. He wants each of us to fulfill our purpose and not get lost in the transience of the world process. If we simply made money and we died, we might as well have not lived. We might as well have been born an animal. अगर केवल धन मन कमाकर चले गए, भगवान का ध्यान नहीं किया, तो इससे तो अच्छा जानवर की योनि में आ जाते. कम से कम वो सेंसेस का तो प्लेजर अच्छे से ले लेते, है ना. तो मनुष्य योनि भी मिल गया और उसके बाद हमने अपना कल्याण नहीं किया, तो it's almost, it's very disgraceful. And therefore we say human life is very precious. बड़ भागी मानव तन पावा. So अपने God says, I will again explain to you, my child, O Arjuna. मेरी मूल प्रकृति और अभिव्यक्तियों का वर्णन तो पहले ही हो चुका है. He says, I've already explained everything in great detail, but you are a good devotee, you are paying attention, so I will continue to explain more. मेरे दिव्य स्वभाव को समझना अत्यंत कठिन है, यद्यपि इस विषय को मैं पहले कह चुका हूं, फिर एक बार और इस विषय में कहूंगा. So God says, even though I have narrated it before, but for your benefit, O Arjuna, I will restate my nature, so you can understand me better. Only somebody who cares for you will do that. Otherwise, there are so many people on the street, you don't go talk to them, but you talk to your child, you talk to your family. Why? Because you know that you are related to them, isn't it? So this is how God is trying to tell us. Since he is related to us, he cares for us, he is putting in the effort. मैं अपनी दिव्य विभूतियों का उपदेश करके तुम्हें चिंतन योग्य विभूति के लिए अभिप्रेरित करूंगा. So God is saying, I am going to give you just a summary of my glories, so you can then understand the purpose of your existence. आप इस धरती पे क्या करने आए हो, क्या उद्देश्य क्या है. क्या गप मारने के लिए, खेलने के लिए, मस्ती करने के लिए, इधर उधर पिक्चर देखो, पॉलिटिक्स डिस्कस करो, हा हा ही हंसो खेलो, और उसके बाद बस यही कि कुछ अपना कल्याण भी करना है. Are we going to, what is the purpose of your life? Just to eat, drink, be merry, live only at the sense level, or do something deeper and get liberated, for example, not be born again? Those things are not mysteries. They are not impossible. They are very much possible, but we have to be willing to pay the price and put the effort. Very simple. So God is saying, I will give you the reasons why you should be on this path. मेरा उपदेश श्रवण करके तुम्हें प्रसन्नता होती है, इसलिए मैं तुम्हारे लिए उपदेश करूंगा. Many of you say, Swamiji, satsang, I wish it continued longer, I wish it continued more. Why would you say that? Because now you have started, you are not faking it anymore. You really enjoy it. Why do you really enjoy it? Because your nature has become so tuned to it. But suppose somebody who likes alcohol, I bring him for satsang, do you think he'll like it? He'll say, oh, I was doing fine at the bar. Why did you bring me to this boring place? What are you, God, God, God? What else do you have to say? So, this is what the difference is. When you, and Lord Krishna also says that in another shloka, that the senses are like intoxicated. So the worldly things will seem very pleasurable initially, but they turn into poison later. But at that time you don't think it's poison. At that time it tastes really good. Case in point, alcohol addiction, smoking addiction, other addictions, so many addictions. So first you enjoy them, then they enjoy you. They ruin you, isn't it? So here God is saying this addiction is a positive addiction of God. There is no side effect. No, first of all, your health continues to, you continue to be in bliss, and that bliss increases, it doesn't decrease. And you also are fulfilling the purpose of your life. Why have you come to this world? You are completing that objective also, and therefore you are coming closer to God. And God is saying, since you are a good aspirant, you are enjoying. If the students enjoy, suppose none of you commented, suppose you all sat like dull wits and not saying anything, do you think I would enjoy this satsang the same way? No, it would not. When you ask questions, when you share feelings, when you like it, when you are all on time, it gives me an extra boost also. So the teacher and the student both benefit, isn't it? तो जो गुरु है शिष्य है दोनों का कल्याण होता है, because it's a dual responsibility. Just a good guru is useless if the devotee, if the disciple is like a wet noodle. Wouldn't move. You just move him and he moves till right. You tell him to do this, they do that, and then nothing more. Some don't even do that. So ultimately, who is at loss? What difference does it make? But when the guru cares for his disciples and the students, he will put in the effort. So this is how Lord Krishna is also saying to Arjuna, oh Arjuna, you are a good disciple, I want you to learn, so I am unaskingly giving it to you. You are not asking, but I feel like sharing more with you. Suppose you like cooking and your mom is an excellent cook. What a beautiful combination. She will give her heart out to you. Do you know this recipe? Do you want to learn this? You say, yes, yes, yes. Now both of you are in that moment creating spiritual, and then you are building skills that you will give on to your kids and to others, That is the benefit of satsanga. So भगवान अर्जुन को प्रोत्साहित और हर्षित करना चाहते हैं, अतः अर्जुन के बिना कहे ही स्वयं उपदेश के लिए आगे कहते हैं. So God similarly wants to motivate Arjuna, just like we are trying to find the benefit of spirituality within our heart through God's grace. So he says, Niratishay vastu param vachana, meaning unsurpassed truth. There is no better truth than the God's grace and glory and his existence. अर्थात ब्रह्म को प्रकाशित करने वाला वचन परम वचन है. So that talk that connects you with God is the highest. Doesn't matter whether it's not perfect vocabulary, doesn't matter whether it comes from an illiterate source or a very big pandit. It doesn't matter. Those things don't matter. What matters is the content in it. Is it filled with worldly talk, which is not going to get you anywhere? or is it going to talk about the glories of God and your own existence and what your purpose in life is? This is why satsang is called one of the gatekeepers of liberation. Why do we sing the glories of satsang so much? क्यों हम सत्संग का इतना बड़ा प्रशंसा करते रहते हैं? योग वशिष्ठ से सत्संग, संतोष और क्षमा और विचार, those four are the four gatekeepers, north, south, east, west. There are all these gatekeepers, and even one of them will open the gates of liberation for you, and these gatekeepers know each other. So the easiest way is going through satsang, because satsang means association of truth. When we are in that environment, we start to heal, things get better, हमारे लिए कल्याण होता है, मंगल होता है, हर तरीके से अच्छा होता है. तो हो हे अर्जुन, तुम मेरे वचन से अतीव हर्षित हो, मानो अमृत पान कर रहे हो. So God is observing Arjuna. Arjuna is not faking it. He is really enjoying this. Imagine now, go back to chapter 1. How Arjuna was crying and sad and in a bad mood and depressed and wanted to run away, wanted to take sannyasa and not fight. War hasn't started yet either. Right now, even in this chapter, war has not started. It will start after we finish the Gita. But here Arjuna now is getting clarity, more clarity. Just like when there is a lot of fog and you are driving, you are very nervous, you can't see clearly, and therefore the risk of accident is very high. And if you drive like that, you might as well, you may have an accident. So therefore it's better to have clarity. Clean up the fog, clean up the mirrors, park at a spot till the sun shines. Do something, but don't drive like that in a confused state, huh? So this is what God is saying to Arjuna. Oh Arjuna, you are enjoying it so much that you are not pretending, you are really enjoying. So let me share with you. And this is how it shows, the devotees, the disciples who are really sincere. Guru knows everything, because he, whether he says it or not, he knows what status each disciple is in, what's going on in their mind. They may think they haven't told the Guru or this that, but Guru is, if the disciples are sincere and trying to work on it, he will know their weaknesses very well. But anyway, that's what God is saying here. God is seeing Arjun's talent, so he's saying, let me explain some more. So now moving on to shloka number 2, Lord continues, na me viduhu surganaha prabhavam na maharshayah ahamadir hi devanam महर्षीणाम च सर्वशः. ना तो देवगण और ना महर्षि गुण मेरे उद्भव को जानते हैं, क्योंकि सभी देवों और महर्षियों का स्रोत मैं ही हूं. So now God further says, neither the multitude of devas nor the rishis know my glory, for I am in every way the origin of the devas and the rishis. What are devas? Devas means these gods, the god of the sun god, the moon god, the fire god, the wind god, the air god, and many other gods living in heaven. God says they don't know me. They don't know me. And many rishis, saints and sages and stuff, they also don't fully know me. And then he says why? Because he says I am their essence, I am their srot, I am related to them. I remember one time I was very young, so I'll narrate this story to you. You will find it very funny. So my mother was showing her marriage album to somebody. I must have been maybe 3 years old. I was talking a little bit. So she was showing the wedding album, and suddenly the question, I was looking at it also, I was sitting in her lap nearby. So then when I'm going through it, I suddenly notice I'm not in any of the pictures. And I asked my mother, I said, what happened? Why am I not in any of the pictures? She said, because you weren't born. We just, this is our wedding pictures. We were getting married. And I was so upset at my mother. I said, you left me and you got married? So this is how you are when you are a baby and you don't know the secrets of everything and you get mad, upset. This is what God is also saying. He's saying when people, when rishis and devatas, they don't know my glory, how can you, O Arjuna, right now? Do you understand? That is what it is. Slowly, with time, with knowledge, we learn these things. Otherwise, you'll fight with your mom like I did. So, but once it's clear, once you're grown up, no more questions, right? You understand automatically. Same thing with spirituality. Once it gets to that state, then there are no more questions. So here, uh, then भगवतीय कृपा हो सकता है सब प्रकार से. सो वेरी सिंपल श्लोका, गॉड इज सेइंग सभी ऋषियों और देवताओं का मैं केवल उद्भव ही नहीं प्रत्युत निमित्त कारण भी हूँ. Meaning, God is saying, so therefore, for the devatas and rishis, I am everything. I am the source through which they have been created. और उनकी बुद्धि आदि का पथ प्रदर्शक, स्वामी, प्रणेता और अंतरात्मा भी मैं ही हूँ. He is saying, not only do I create them, create you, in addition, he says, I give you guidance. Then I am your inner conscience also. आपकी आत्मा में भी मैं ही विद्यमान हूँ. So we cannot get, whether we believe in God or not, it doesn't matter. Whether we are atheist. In Sanatan Dharma though, there is no definition of, we don't have any place for atheist because that term doesn't apply. What do you mean doesn't apply, Swamiji? What is that? Atheist? We are saying no, God doesn't exist. So why are you saying there can be no atheist? The reason we are saying that is that we believe in higher Vedanta, higher Sanatana Dharma. We define happiness in God. We define God as Sat Chit Ananda, meaning existence, knowledge, bliss, happiness, absolute. Will any atheist, anybody, whether they believe in God or not, doesn't matter. You ask them, do you want happiness? Do you want bliss? Do you want to know more? Do you want to exist? He will say yes, 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 yes. So you are spiritual. You may call yourself an atheist. That's a verb, that's a noun. Who cares? What difference does it make? Do you want to be happy? Yes, Swamiji, I want to be happy. Then forget about all those labels. That is how Sanatana Dharma explains spirituality. Samajh gaye? So that is what it is. Ananda. And we all want Ananda. Is there anybody who likes pain? Hands up. No. So सभी ऋषियों और देवताओं का भी मैं उद्भव हूं और उनकी अंतरात्मा भी मैं हूं. So God has clearly told us that I am outside, I am inside, I am in your thoughts. So whether you believe it or not, what difference does it make? I am still doing it. So shloka number 3, God continues, Yo mam jamanadim cha veti lokamaheshwaram asammudha samartyeshu sarva pape pramuchyate. मनुष्यों में जो मुझे अनादि अजन्मा और लोकों का महान स्वामी मानता है, वह ज्ञानवान है और समस्त पापों से मुक्त हो जाता है. So meaning, he who knows me as the unborn and the beginningless, as well as the great Lord of all creation, he among human beings is undeluded and becomes free from all sins. What a beautiful shloka. So he's saying very clearly that unless God, why do we pray to God so much? Why do we prostrate? Why do we want liberation? Why? Because we are living in a very uncertain world. We don't know even who we are properly. We just think we know, but we don't really know. And we have all these issues of ignorance, ego, raga, dvesha, abhinivesha, klesha, fear of death, all these things. So God is saying, you are finite. I am infinite, isn't it? God, there is no end to him. And then we are born through our parents, but God is unborn. He is not timeless and unborn. He is not born like we human beings are, and therefore he is beginningless also. There is no beginning for God. Beginning for us, for our bodies. We come, we stay, we depart. But for God, he has no beginning, and that journey continues. So he among human beings is undeluded who believes that, जो ये जानता है, जो ये समझता है कि भगवान के अलावा और कुछ नहीं है. सो अज्ञानी मनुष्य प्रायश्चित कर्मों द्वारा अपने पापों का निवारण करता है और प्रतिफल भोगकर पुण्य कर्मों को क्षीण करता है. So normally what happens is that people commit the karmas keep popping up, isn't it? Sometimes a good karma and a bad karma, but you have to purge it out and then it goes away, and then after you have purged it, you create another karma will come up, and that cycle continues. सो बिकॉज ऑफ द संस्कारास, किंतु वह पापों से पूर्णता मुक्त नहीं होता, क्योंकि बुरे संस्कारों के वश वह पाप कर्म करता ही रहता है और उसके पापों के मूल कारण अज्ञान को भी दूर नहीं कर सकता. सो हियर Shivananda ji Maharaj is trying to explain deeper about why God is saying that these karmas, when you create them through the gunas, remember the three gunas, sattva, rajas, tamas. So if your vasanas are impure, then you have just purged one action, now another impure action is coming up, so further pain is in the offering. So we keep on creating the karmas, and therefore we are not finding a solution. हमें उसका अंत नहीं मिल पाता है. तो मृत्युपरांत अगले जन्म में भी अशुभ संस्कारों के परवश हुआ व अशुभ कर्म में प्रवृत्त होता रहता है. सो दीज कर्मस, द थ्योरी ऑफ कर्मा इज वेरी प्रोफाउंड. कभी कभी हम बोलते हैं हमने कुछ पाप नहीं किया, अच्छे लोग हैं, भगवान का भी ध्यान करते हैं, क्यों हमें इतना कष्ट मिलता है. सो मेनी टाइम्स वी से वी आर स्पिरिचुअल पीपल, वी डू गुड, वी आर नॉट हार्मिंग अदर्स, देन व्हाई आर वी बीइंग हार्म्ड, व्हाई डू आई हैव दिस डिजीज, व्हाई डू आई हैव दिस, व्हाई डू आई हैव दिस पेन. But here again God is saying the theory, God is not cruel, he doesn't want to take revenge, but due to our own actions, if we have sown thorns, how would you expect a mango to come? It cannot. But now that we are putting in mango seeds, mangoes will come, but a few years from now, few lives from now, etc. And what we have done in the past, we are reaping. Very straightforward. So kintu, so our vrittis are like that. Being a human being means we are mixed, otherwise we would have been liberated in our last birth. पिछले जन्म में हम मुक्त हो जाते, लेकिन हम मुक्त नहीं हुए. We did not get liberated because we have some good and bad in us, isn't it? We, on one hand, we listen to Gita, we do satsangs, we do prayers, we do some charity, this, that. But on the other hand, we also have lust, we have passion, we have greed, we have jealousy, we have anger. So all this becomes a mixed bag. With that mixed bag, sometimes a good thing pops up, sometimes a bad action pops up. So therefore purity becomes very important, which means keep all the good actions separate, try to generate as many and reduce the bad ones. And unless, and that is painful, it's not easy, because you will have to work hard to do good things. You volunteers, you do and you don't get paid, but the inner joy you get is very fulfilling. And that's how you create this cycle. Ultimately the seeds have to be fried. Popcorns, you see how you enjoy popcorns? They will not germinate. Suppose a few popcorns fall on your rich fertile soil, no worry, no worry. Why? Because they cannot germinate, whether we put water on them or sun comes or whatever. So just enjoy it. This is how liberated people are. जो साधु संत हैं, जिनका मुक्ति हो जाता है, जो मुक्त हैं, जीवन मुक्त बोलते हैं, so they cannot, for them, their seeds are already fried up, so they can enjoy the popcorns all they want. But for For all of the remaining of us, we have to first burn the seeds to get to that state. It's known as dagdha avastha, which means you have fried them up. And that's what we are trying to do. In every satsang, we try to fry these seeds a little bit more, try to purify ourselves a little bit more. But yet, the ratio is so difficult. We do satsang for a little while, but then for the rest of the day, you are off watching TV and doing this and gossiping and friends, and heaven forbid, if if you have some addictions, then all hell breaks loose with it. So what do? Then we repent later, we try to come back. So that this cycle, we learn we have to break one day. Otherwise, it is not going to help us. That cycle has to be broken, where that's called sankalpa shakti, meaning your willpower. Your willpower has to be so strong where you say, I really don't care what others say, what others think. In Swami Premanandaji's ashram, I stayed there last year. um, he had a very beautiful saying, sabse bada rog kya kahenge log. The biggest disease is, what will people think of me? I thought that was so funny. And it is so true, because we give so much importance to ourselves. Really, who cares? You do things for God. When you start doing things for God, then you don't worry about what people will think, what they will say. Oh, Swamiji, you're always wearing these orange kurtas and the same old. Don't you want anything else? No, 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 no. I'm happy. I'm very happy, blessed. So, no competition needed, no this, that needed. You kind of sidestep and enjoy life. But will you be able to do it? Otherwise, you'll think, oh, suppose you don't do makeup one day and you go to work, people will say, what happened to you? So now we have to waste an hour just so we can come to other people's expectations, isn't it? So use common sense, do things that work for you. This is where God is also saying that I will free you from all the papas, all the sins, if you come to me with a clean heart, a pure heart. Just like children are so innocent, and then when we grow up, we morph into something very different. We don't forgive people, we have animosity, anger, jealousy. Why? Where do all these things come from? So then, this is all the things that God is saying. So we conclude our Gita chapter for today. We will see you next Sunday. And um, so um, and we'll be very close to Christmas time. Next Sunday, I think, is Eve, Christmas Eve. So we will start from shloka number 4. Happy holidays to all of you. And also, we should celebrate the departed life of Gyan Parasramji. She is no longer with us, but she was 87, led a good life and full life, and we should celebrate that. Be happy and let her soul be in peace. And this is how she would like it. Today we are dedicating this satsang to her. So 3 times we will chant Gita Punyam Arpanam Karishye. You can say with me, Gita Punyam Arpanam Karishye. Gita Punyam Arpanam Karishye. Gita Punyam Arpanam Karishye. And 3 times we will say Om Shri Krishna Arpanam Karishye, which means we are giving this all, the departed soul, at the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. Om Shri Krishna Arpanam Karishye. Om Shri Krishna Arpanam Karishye. Om Shri Krishna Arpanam Karishye. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So let us do Bhagavad Gita Aarti. Aarti, we had discussed about it many times. We discuss why we do Aarti. It is our feeling, it opens up our heart, increases our devotion, and also waving of light, so the light within us can be lit up with love, peace, and happiness and joy for everybody. May everybody benefit. So we'll do the Bhagavad Gita, Gita Mata. And we thank Gita Mata because of her, because of Lord Krishna's glory. We are doing this beautiful Gita Yagya, and I think Gita Jayanti is also coming up soon. The day when Gita, this was the day when Lord Krishna, 5,000 some years ago, had narrated Gita to Arjuna at the battlefield of Kurukshetra, Jyotisar. I've been to that place physically. Uh, I've been very blessed. I've been to everything I'm sharing with you. I've physically seen them also. So it comes, I can also go with my emotions to those places when we do it. So therefore Bhagavad Gita, Gita Maharani, we say, the goddess of, she herself is now a deity that we worship. Because of Lord Krishna's blessings we all enjoy this Gita, but she, Gita herself is a female. So the actually spirituality has no sex in it. It's not a male or a female, but we attribute things like that sometimes, which make it easier. Like rivers are women and mountains are men, although feminine, masculine, although there is no such real thing at the soul level. Huh? So let's do Aarti and then we will conclude the satsang for today. Jaya Bhagavad Gita, Ma Jai Bhagavad Gita, Hari Kamal Viharini, Hari Kamal Viharini, Sundar Supunite. Om Jai Bhagavad Gita, Karma Sumarma Prakashini, Kama Sakti Hara, Homaya Kama Sakti Hara, Tattva Jnana Prakashini Vedya Brahma Para. Om Jai Bhagavad Gita, Nishchala Bhakti Vidhayini, Nirmal Malhari, Sharan Rahasya Pradayini, Sab Vidhi Sukhkari. Om Jai Bhagavad Gita, राग द्वेष विदारिणी, कारिणी मोद सदा, भव भय हारिणी तारिणी, परमानंद प्रदा. ओम जय भगवद गीते, आसुर भाव विनाशिनी, नाशिनी तम रजनी, देवी सद्गुण दायिनी, हरि रसिका सजनी. ओम जय भगवद गीते, समता त्याग सिखावनी, हरि मुख की बाणी, सकल शास्त्रों की स्वामिनी, सकल शास्त्रों की स्वामिनी, श्रुतियों की रानी. ओम जय भगवद गीते, दया सुधा बरसावनी, मातु कृपा की जय, हरिपद प्रेम दान कर अपनो कर लीजय. ओम जय भगवद गीते, त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव, त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव, त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव, त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव. ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम्, उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मोक्षीयमामृतात्. ॐ सर्वेषां स्वस्ति भवतु, सर्वेषां शान्तिर्भवतु, सर्वेषां पूर्णं भवतु, सर्वेषां मङ्गलं भवतु, सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु, मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। असतो मा सद्गमय, तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय, मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय। ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते, पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ करचरणकृतं वा कायजं कर्मजं वा श्रवणनयनजं वा मानसं वापराधं विहितम विहितम वा सर्वमेतत्क्षमस्व। जय जय करुणाब्धे श्री महादेव शंभो, जय जय करुणाब्धे श्री महादेव शंभो, जय जय करुणाब्धे श्री महादेव शंभो। समस्त लोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु। ॐ ब्रह्मर्पणं ब्रह्महवि ब्रह्माग्नौ ब्रह्मणाहुतं ब्रह्मैव तेन गन्तव्यं ब्रह्म कर्म समाधिनः। अहं वैश्वानरो भूत्वा प्राणिनां देहमाश्रितः प्राण अपान समायुक्ता पचामन्यं चतुर्विधं। हरिः ओम तत्सत्। ब्रह्मर्पणमस्तु। समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु। ओम शांतिः शांतिः शांतिः। हरि ओम तत्सत। Thank you all for being here and creating this beautiful satsang environment and this beautiful positive energy. I feel it. I'm sure each of you also does it. Recording is never the same as live. When we are all live together, it's like a super computer. So thank you to each one of you. Shakti Bhakti Mukti. May you all be blessed with peace, happiness, joy, and also blessings to the departed soul of Shri Gyan Parasram, beautiful soul, and to each of you. I will see you on Friday for Yoga Vashisht Satsang. In the meanwhile, have a blessed week. Hari Om Tat Sat. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.